Oh yes, paranormal activity. Real or fake, fake or real. Either way, thousands of cases are reported every year. Some debunked, some unexplained. What is paranormal activity? Events, phenomenons, unexplained happenings in this world, often believed to be caused by spirits. My name is Dr. Samuel L. Braxton, and I've spent 30 years of my life debunking paranormal activity. And this episode is no different, where we traveled here to a small town in Oklahoma where someone is claiming they have paranormal activity. A wet, rainy morning here in small town Oklahoma, and we traveled here as the owner has claimed a new to me event happening. Not this very shop he claims is haunted, a vehicle specifically. More specifically, this vehicle here, one he claims or calls the half haul. Yes, the half haul. Sometimes paranormal stuff likes to cling on to an item. But what would make something cling on to this item, this truck? What's its history? What has a connection to this vehicle that just will not let go? What could cause this man so much pain and distress in his life? Paranormal activity or bad mechanicking? Could be. Bad mechanicking and a fraud just seeking national attention from our show. Now, behind every claim is a claimee, a person claiming these events are taking place, the people who have witnessed, and sometimes the victims of this stuff. Let's meet our alleged victim, Tommy. Yeah, I'll stand by the truck. It ain't gonna bite me. It ain't a dog, it's haunted, all right? Now, Tommy, can you tell us what you believe is wrong with this truck? I done sent you an email, all right? Some bitch is haunted, that's what's wrong with it. Oh yes, I've never heard it's haunted before. Do you have any specific events that have happened? Hell yeah, there's a couple events. Don't run worth a damn, okay? Explain that. Ain't me, I've been fixing on it, all right? So I know it's supposed to run good. Door slammed one time. Yeah, I'm sure that's normal. I don't care if I was pissed and yelling at Margaret, okay? She shouldn't have pissed me off, should she? Probably not. And then, hey, I got one even better for you. I caught this on my trail cam last night. I set it up before you guys got here. Oh yes, the classic, I have it on film. After doing this for decades, debunking film is one of my favorite things to do. After initially meeting Tommy, I couldn't tell if he was crazy or if he was really scared. Let's take a look at that footage. So here it is, all right? It's the haunted truck, man. I don't get it. The engine's haunted too. Tommy, how do you explain that? Me and my audience clearly seen you in that video. Called me a liar, huh? You didn't see shit, man. If I was in there, I'm too fast. You ain't gonna see me, all right? I don't know about you guys, but I believe Tommy. I believe him. Hell, I know this thing's haunted. I tried to drive it in here last night before the rain, and the way it was just spitting and sputtering, and then the lights were working, then they were flickering in and out. I know she's haunted. Guys, I gotta get to work on this thing. We've got a strapped week on time. I've got a stuff, just crazy stuff this week. And anyhow, I could do that crap all day and just have literally the worst paranormal fake show ever on YouTube, which is fun. But I also want to try to get this haunted SOB running a little better. I think Tommy was just trying to get on national television because he's part owner on this company I've heard of called Puddin's Fab Shop. And they sell all their own merchandise and they handle it in-house, which means you're supporting a small American dream with a family full of big hearts. And I think Tommy was just probably trying to get a little bit of eyes on that, okay? But we need to get eyes on this carburetor. Now, we've worked on this thing before. We pulled some of the baloney off of it and everything. And the carb was acting funny. The carb we took off this thing. Now, I've used this truck, guys. We used it for a good month or two, no problems. The carburetor kind of started acting funny. Instead of rebuilding the factory one, I had that one that came off the running, driving, stopping yeehaw, but about a year ago. We took it off the yeehaw about a year ago, but we had put it on the sausage wagon and we got it running off of it too. Well, that was probably like 6 months ago. Well. The little fun fact about these little carbureting machines like this is they're troublesome all the time. If you've had one of these, you know what I'm talking about. It ain't nothing to have to tear into the damn thing a couple times a year to try to keep it running, which is why it's so popular to do some aftermarket carburetor swapping. Or like on these 2.3s, we put the like Motorcraft 2100 on the yeehaw. For this one, I'd like to just get running better if we can get it running better. I ain't saying I'm opposed to doing carb swapping, but if we can get it operating as is, I ain't got a lot of time to just jump into a carb swap right now. And it has got worse than the last video where we left off. I'll show you what I mean. And oh yeah, this is our first time working in the shop really in almost a month. It's raining on us out there. Feels good out, but it's raining. I'm not a fan of rain, but damn it, we need it, don't we? All right, make sure she's in neutral. I ain't gonna hit nothing. One pump of gas. She'll sit here and idle all you want her to idle. It'll idle no problem. Now she has stumbled a time or two, and I did have to do a little screw wedging on the throttle. That's a thing, I think, screw wedging. Let's pull the old breather off. You did not want to drop them down in the carburetor. You know, so hold that camera with one hand and try to do that with another, and just drop one right down the carburetor. Don't worry, I got her. Just perform a little surgery there. Nope. Oh, geez Louise, can I hit anything else? So, with that off there, one thing we can check very easily is right here on the front, we've got this big old sight glass, and I mean big old sight glass. So we can see a line right there, right? So I'm thinking that's where the fuel's supposed to be at, and I see ours is plumb up here. Now I've been known to accidentally get those things kind of flip-flopped upside down, downside up, whatever. So I don't know if I've got that flip-flopped or not, but even if it's flip-flopped, I think our fuel level's probably going to be above what it should be. And I think I have a couple more of them right in the back, so maybe we can look at one we ain't tore into yet and see if it's got a little, you know, line on the glass where we can copycat it. Oh, this is the worst. I hate getting rained on. Yep. Don't go that way. Just got a little water on me, but we made it. So right there we got one, and yep, sure enough, you can see that sight glass line is favoring the top. All right there we got one, and it's favoring the bottom. Well, considering that I never tore into either one of these, that's not very helpful, is it? Our last one here, which I don't even know what this is from, it's favoring the top. Our little Chevy Love carburetor, that is kind of close to the same. It favors to the top. And I would say logically and common sense should tell me it should favor the top, because why would you just barely, you know, fill up a big old bowl way down there? Sometimes you just toss that logic, common sense out the window though, you know, so I've been guilty of that before. Ah, yes, I'm glad I decided to do a little reading here. I don't know why I didn't decide to clean my damn glasses first. The last time we worked on this carbureting system, underneath the truck, when I cleaned up hoses and stuff, I removed a little white valve body of some sort. And I asked people what it was, and no one, I don't think, ever really chimed in, but there are several people who's like, oh, this thing started running funny after you removed that. This right here says fuel cut valve. So when your truck gets more than, it said 60%, it's gonna cut off fuel up there. So basically if you roll this thing over or flip it, it's gonna cut off fuel flow where it don't just sit there and force feed it. So considering we're still sitting on all fours, and I don't plan on doing backflips anytime soon, just to tell y'all, I think we're good without that. Several people thought I made a mistake there. Boy, all I did was make these things worse. And maybe it's in here somewhere, but I just spent 10 minutes and I ain't found it yet. So we're just gonna get after it. I didn't even show you what it was doing, did I? Well, the past couple times I moved it around in the backyard with this on there, it almost die every time. It wouldn't end up getting enough and revving up. Let's just pull that off and set our float level. Let's start there. Actually, let's start with removing our screw here. The other day I noticed if I kept that up a little bit, it had a better chance of running. So I just stuck that in there. Just wedge a screw underneath your brake lines. It'll be just fine. Just playing. Don't do crap like that. Well, and this little sucker was running good. So people are going, hey, after 2 carburetors, you've got obviously something wrong with timing, or she's got this or that. Well, none of that's changed. The only thing that's changed is I decided I needed to start piddling with carburetors, and here we are. We worked this thing out at the other place for months with no issues. Oh, wait, I forgot I put a new timing belt on it. So yeah, I guess I could have messed up timing, but again, I don't think that's the case. I'm just gonna move that and get it plumb out of our way. Then we're gonna get our little retaining clip off our little banjo bolt. And as we release that right there, fuel's gonna come out no matter what, because we need to cut off these fuel lines. Cut off that sucker right there. We got a little elevation in that gas tank situation, so it's always gonna force fuel out of there. But if that needle and seat will hold back electric fuel pump, it's gonna hold that back too. Boy, it's starting to get buck nasty out here. Get that retaining clip, or a little guide bracket, whatever you want to call it. Now we're ready to see if we can get in this thing without tearing up some seals. Better get a little Stubby in here on the job. Come on, little Stubby, don't let me down. Oh, little Stubby, you're my little buddy. Any of y'all got a little Stubby buddy? Talking about screwdrivers too, okay? I swear I can't take some of y'all anywhere. Yep, our seal's still there. Yeah, I think she'll probably reseal. We think that's going too high, which it definitely looks like it is. On these, you're gonna have a little brass bushing right there. That brass bushing comes out where it taps that glass, where this can't float side to side. But if you pull that off there right there, we're gonna make adjustments on this little piece right there. We're gonna adjust her up a hair, so as that floats up, it shuts that a little quicker.
Kind of pulled that off there where y'all could see, but to really adjust that, it's gonna have to be back on because our little piece hangs down, so it's kind of a pain to slide that back on after you adjust it out here. Get her right there, kind of bend her up. Kind of pick up on her. Now this is staying more level, so I'd say let's try that right there. And as we go to put our fuel lines back on here, it's always good to lose your banjo bolt. Set the retaining clip there, the ratchet, oh, found it. Tighten that back down. Throw your sight glass down on the motor. I turned our key on, and I'm just holding our sight glass over here with some pressure to keep it from leaking. And after that adjustment, we are sitting dead nuts at that line. I mean, just perfect. Boom, pop that glass back on, hopefully for our last time. And then our little retaining bracket. I notice that retaining bracket's not very flat. We'll try our luck with seeing if it's gonna seal up or not. Oh yeah, she'll seal or she won't. Now these little boogers, they always like to pop loose. That's because I ain't got a wrench that ever fits them good. So the only way to really tighten it up real good is to have this top off. But we are not popping that unit off, I guarantee you, so I'm gonna do the best I can here. Well, I was doing good till I just rounded that corner. Oh man, God bless America. Yeah, that looks like it definitely rolled up into our surface that's supposed to seal. So that probably ain't gonna seal. I had to go for that last little turn. I had it snug and I was like, ooh, I'll give her a little more. You see where that got me? Shouldn't have pushed my luck there, should I? We'll see how good our gasket is. I deburred it just a hair with that little screwdriver. Snug her down. Hit her with a quick blowy. That reminds me, people are curious if I'd accidentally left these on in the last time too. Now those were not left on there. Key on for some fuel pump action, which should give us some fuel pressure. And I see our bowl is filling up. And this time it went way up past our line for some reason. I loosened our bottom screw and let that little bit of gas out of there. And I kind of tapped on our needle and seat there. And the fuel pump's on right now. And it is holding at our line. So hopefully that's a one-time deal, but we know to keep an eye on that. All right, get our old distributor cap popped right back on and our coil wire, and we're gonna see if anything's changed. I think our float level's close to correct. We took the old screw out the equation, so I don't know what to expect, guys. I told y'all this thing was haunted. Y'all see that? Explain that. Not today, Ghost. It seemed to be running better when I did a little rev up. It didn't just immediately try to die. Do y'all hear that? That's what I was trying to figure out, what the hell's going on and why I just stuck a screw in there that day. Listen to the carburetor and watch as I just barely pick up this throttle. But look where the throttle interlocks to the carburetor. I'm only moving the throttle. You can't actually see it moving anything on the carburetor. Do y'all see what I mean? The damn carburetor shaft, lever, whatever you want to call it, that little coupler, the throttle side's moving, but the damn carburetor side is never moving to make them changes. That's how you kill this truck if you didn't know. When it's sitting there idling, guys, I'm looking down in there. I'm not seeing any fuel. And then as you go to rev it up, it's barely trying to give it the tiniest little squirt of fuel. So I don't think we're running enough fuel through the thing to keep the damn thing running. Now that whole little vacuum leak, we're not touching, we are touching. I was thinking maybe that thing, when it barely touched, was causing a ground. And one of these little solenoid things on this carburetor was kicking in and out, changing it. But that ain't proved right. I put my little test button on it. Took the old cheater switch and I took one side to ground and the other side to the carburetor. I tried grounding it like that and it didn't change anything. So I still don't know what the heck that's about. I could grab the carburetor side and shove it one way or the other. Wouldn't make a single difference. But you touch that little throttle lever and just whoop, boop, boop. Just pick up on it and then whoop. Guys, I don't know. I think we've got either a haunted truck, I done told y'all, or we've got another case of the classic Hitachi blues. Maybe I'll pop the top off this and see if we can see anything interesting. I shouldn't even waste my time on this damn thing. I should have just got a carburetor to swap it, huh? We'd probably be halfway done already. 'Cause even if we get her lined out, undoubtedly, we will have issues out of this little SOB again. I already know it. Good gracious. Someone must have smoked that to Alabama when they tightened it up. Maybe the old locking pliers will change her mind. Oh, yeah, I'd say that sucker was all there. Kind of spin her out the way. Of course, I don't have any clue what I'm really looking for here. Oh, no. Now it ain't spraying again. So I reckon we'll pull our old accelerator pump here and have a little look-see in there. These little carburetors are always whipping us. It'd be nice to have one running with one on there, I guess. Our seal don't look tore up or nothing. This breakdown says a nylon ball. So I had to do a little digging here and maybe we can find what we need. This looks the same, so we can try swapping that out. Hey, there's a parts breakdown right there. Yeah, she's got some metal balls. I don't see no nylon balls. Our breakdown right here of it just says a ball. It don't specify that it's got to be nylon. So out of all of our old kits, both of these balls are bigger than the old ball. So maybe I got the wrong ball. Maybe I've got the wrong size ball. You know, we're just going to try swapping out to the bigger ball and start swapping seals till something starts pumping consistently. So there's our new ball. Surely it ain't that torn up little jet thing down in there, is it? Nah, she'll seal. Y'all see that? I told y'all this thing is haunted. I feel her bowl back up there. That seems to be spraying pretty decent there. This sucker's gonna be flooded. Now, as far as the idle circuit on this thing, I don't know where I should be seeing fuel. I shouldn't be seeing fuel, guys. I don't know enough about them. We'll slap our screws back in our little accelerator pump cover and wiggle that arm on, hook our fuel up, and we're gonna see if we made any difference. I doubt we did. Got a little fuel leak action. We may have pinched her a little bit. Looks like we got an old one in one of them old carb kits right there. So for now, we're just gonna try our luck one more time, swapping it out with the old one. Did y'all see that as I was connecting, plugging that in and out? It was doing our noise. So maybe we were grounding that thing somehow. So a couple things. One, I can look in the carburetor, and now when we're pumping the old accelerator pump, we're squirting. Okay, before, sometimes it would hit or miss once or twice, maybe out of 6 or 7 times. That baby's spraying every time now, so we're definitely giving it fuel there. It's still kind of wanting to fall on its face, and I just moved around some vacuum lines, and we only really have one, so our vacuum advance was going up here. I plugged that, and I took it right there to that intake manifold, and off intake vacuum, this thing seems to be running. And it also seems to be running better with this, whatever it is, unplugged. According to both breakdowns, that is the coasting valve, coasting richer deceleration valve, 2.3 engine only. I give a damn what its nomenclature is, okay? If we run better without it plugged in, that's how we're gonna leave it. I don't care about this thing being damn tip-top perfect. I just want to be able to drive my truck again. So we got a couple checks we may want to do. It may be worth checking like the diaphragm on our distributor, make sure we ain't got a vacuum leak inside there. I mean, that could be possible. Then we step up our vacuum from the manifold, and it's enough to maybe keep stuff happy. We ain't looked at timing on this engine because it's been running good since I've got the truck. Now luckily our book here shows us all kinds of tests you can do. Like right here, you didn't know. That's how you test the check valve, okay? If it be 1600 or a courier, right there. Insert your tester, and it just shows back and forth for some reason. I didn't write the book, guys, okay? I'm just telling you, there's all kinds of tests we can do. Right here we got the hand pump vacuum sucker. Last time I used this, if you can't tell, brake fluid made it all the way through it. Good enough to knock all the paint clean off of it. So I'll actually be surprised if this thing even works. Let's plug it. I'll be damned. Get her stepped down to our little nose cone there. This goes down to our vacuum advance, so we'll shove it on there, and then we're gonna test her. She is dirty, and she has held there for a good minute, so I don't think that's an issue. Now something else we ain't tried on this haunted little booger yet is down on these little carburetors. That's a vacuum plug, that's a vacuum plug, and that's a vacuum plug. So I think we'll do a little test in there and see which one's responding to vacuum, because when I popped the hose off of that earlier, it was like I was getting no vacuum out of the one it was hooked up to. That's coming off our bottom one, which is coming out of our adapter plate. So that's basically, yeah, that's just manifold vacuum too. We're gonna swap it back to the carburetor, and then I think we're gonna loosen up our distributor, and maybe it's time to play with a little timing. Now these little 2.3s, they may be a little engine, but their little damn bolt down there for clamping down that distributor does not play around. Oh, it means business all right. Yep, 17 it is. It was snug, it wasn't just plumb torqued crazy, so that's good. Now the question is, can we turn it? And so far, oh, that answer is no. These distributors must like to seize, because this is 2 out of 3 with my personal experience. Had to get her with some of the good stuff. Oh, it don't take a pipe wrench and a chisel and a hammer to adjust your timing. You're probably not doing something right. Yeah, just sitting here working it, guys. I got it to move finally. We're just doing a little better each time. Oh yeah, she's going now. Hell, let's be generous. Hit her with some more looby-dooby. This works out good, because now we don't even gotta re-stab the thing. Oh yeah, that's what we were after right there. If I was a betting man, it ain't gonna do diddly if we don't put that back in there. I hope that's our sweet spot anyhow. The book says about 6 degrees before top dead center. Guys, I'll be honest, there's 2 white marks on there. The one's marked twice, and I'm pretty sure that's dead nut 0. And then there's a mark a little bit before it where they had it marked. And we're pretty close to where they used to have it marked, where it sounds really good at. So, I mean, we're doing a little guessing here, all right? I'm not saying it's perfect, but sometimes you just got to do a little tuning by ear. I got that distributor where I thought it sounded good, and then it's still doing this little funny kind of little stumble. Well, I backed out our mixture screw, idle mixture screw there, and guess what? That kind of smoothed out. So then I hopped back over here to the timing, checked it again, one final little bump, and it ain't got no idle screw holding it up, keeping it revved up or anything like that, guys. I think we're as close as we're gonna get this setup. I had to do just a little more tuning, guys. I still think our carburetor is our problem. We're compensating for it and making it work by giving it a little extra timing right now. I know we don't want to leave it like this forever, but maybe we can get it moving around our place till we decide what we're going to do for a carburetor on this one. Backyard's gonna be nice and soft because it's been raining, so maybe we'll get stuck, maybe we won't. Oh, surely we can make it through there. Yeah, we ain't scared. There ain't nothing in our way. What, these little things? What y'all think that brush guard's up there for? Now, the fact we just did this and it ain't died, like I said, we got her a little better. I still think we're gonna have to do a little carburetor swapping. Got some of our old shirt boxes back here along the fence. Ugh. Another box made it back here. Way up there, the door's open on the old love tap. I think we're gonna have to end up carb swapping this thing. I know some people have mentioned they like putting Webers on these 2.3s, and I bet that is good, but Webers are pricey. I think I've got 1 or 2 cores of a 2100 Motorcraft or whatever. Same thing we put on the Yeehaw. The Yeehaw really seems to like that carburetor, so next time we want to fiddle with this bugger, I'm sure we're going to end up... Oh, don't die on me, baby. I was trying to ease up here and it didn't like that idling. Next time we fiddle with this thing, we're probably going to swap on a Motorcraft 2100. I don't know if I left this door open or if somebody opened it. Key's in it though, it would have busted right off for you if you wanted to take it. Oh, we're spinning that old mud tire back there. I'm gonna give her some gas now. Oh, she's getting squirrely. She's spinning in second with mud tires, so yeah, that's good enough for now. Oh, she's gonna be rough next mowing season. Should be all right. Now we've got one final test, guys. Last time I tried to drive this thing before it messed up, we tried to go get some Taco Boy, and this thing almost made me walk home. So, Operation Redemption. Out here we can gas on it and accelerate, see if it can handle it. Yeah, she did all right. At least she got us to the Taco Boy. And thank goodness, if y'all didn't know, they are now open Mondays. Leo just even hooked us up with some stickers, so maybe we'll slap that on the back of that half wall. Maybe that'll motivate it to start running better. If you ever find that little register area and you see them good quality stickers right there, oh look, we got the Design Works, Mr. Yearwood. And don't worry about that guy. Leo, his parents, man, they're good people. Always take care of us. And yeah, let's make her back home, and we got some stickers to install. Hey-yo, coming in a little bouncy and a little hot. Woo, baby, you damn right. We're gonna be lucky if we can keep the dang front tires on the ground. We'll just be doing that super punch, pulling wheelies. Whoop, trash truck. So, we got our sticker installed. Then I've got one delicious burrito waiting for me. I need to get that baby installed in my belly because I'm starving. I hope you guys enjoyed watching some more of this second channel content. At least we got to fling a little bit of mud. I'm on the Instagrammer, puttinsfabshop.com for that good merchandise. And we're going to push more on that in November. We got some releases coming. All right, so I hope y'all's ready. I hope y'all like Richardson 112 hats. I hope so. Anyhow, Instagrammer, Patreon, main channel. And I will see you guys next time. But do not forget, sitting on your ass won't finish your project. Sometimes your projects will get something running better. And you just get it running half better. And that's half better than it used to be anyhow. Hot damn, there's so much BSery. We had to start a whole channel for all the extras. Be sure to go check out Puttin's Fab Shop if you ain't seen that baby yet. Come on!